I was suicidal. I looked at all the ways to die. I was just surrounded by just darkness. I've literally started from nothing. Looking in the mirror every day and I just thought, fuck, like, I need to get my shit together. My dad's fucking Jesus, like that guy literally fucking sacrificed his life. There's so much light in my life now. It's like you're not defined by your past, but you're defined by what you can give to others and what you can do for the world. The best way to help is give people hope.
What's your relationship with death now?
I'm not afraid of death. If I die, I die. I use my sadness as my creativity and I use it as motivation. Like my life goal and my why is to fucking build up my whole life so I can have a movie on myself one day. I'm not thinking small, bro. Like I'm going for the fucking top.
Before we jump into today's episode, I have a small favor to ask from you. 85% of listeners are actually not subscribed to the channel. I would love to get that to 50%. So can you do me a quick favor? If you've enjoyed any of the podcasts, any of the content that I've put out, please hit the subscribe button. It honestly helps me so much. It helps this channel in growing bigger. And as you've seen, as the channel grows, the guests grow as well, which means I can provide more value to you, the listener. Thank you and enjoy today's episode. Caleb Coroneos, man. Thank you for jumping on the potty, my bro.
Let's do this, man.
It's been a conversation in the making. We've been meaning to get this teed up for a while. Then we connected in person about a month ago. And I was like, we need to make this happen. And I was talking to you off air about my opinion of you before you jumped on today.
Please say it, bro. Please say it.
So I was actually talking to my mate this morning about this because he's like, oh, you're getting Caleb on? And I was like, because he thought I didn't really like you and shit. I was like, yeah, I had this opinion of you that you were just some cocky young videographer kid. But through your content of recent, of you opening up and sharing your journey and stuff, I was like, I feel connected to you and I feel like you're actually opening up. And by you being vulnerable, that for me, it creates authentic connection. It's not like, oh, you're just some fake cocky videographer kid. Like you're actually a human being. You've gone through shit. And I was like, I need to get you on the podcast, bro. So I appreciate you jumping on today. It's going to be a deep convo.
Look, I will say I am cocky, but in a good way. But you probably thought I was cocky because my old content was more like just chicks' asses and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I've like changed it to make it more personal, like on my life. And basically all my content's now leading up to my documentary. So,
well, what was the change from not really sharing your story to now wanting to share it?
Oh, like I had a plan to like share it after I met like Andrew Tate and stuff. But at the start, bro, like I just wanted to, like I was such a shy kid, bro. Like you have no idea. Like at YKT, I was literally shy as fuck. Didn't talk to anyone. In high school, I used to like get teased because I used to like self-harm and stuff like that. So I was real shy, bro. Like I could not talk. I would not be doing this podcast. But when I starting to like love myself and started to get out there and shit like that. And then when I met Andrew Tate and Luke Belmar and stuff and what they taught me, I was like, bro, fuck, like I'm actually the man. Yeah. And I just looked at myself in the mirror, like, fuck, I'm actually like the king. Like I'm the man.
What was it that they said to you or they taught you to make you look in the mirror and be like, fuck, I am the man?
The main thing, bro, is like, Luke Belmar taught me this. It's like, you're not defined by your past. You're not defined of like, what people do for you and stuff like that, but you're defined by what you can give to others and what you can do for the world. And when he told me that, bro, I was like, fuck, that's like so true. Like you're not defined by your past. Like I'm not defined by like my past story. You're not defined whatever you went through, but like you're defined by like having your child now and you're defined by like helping others through this podcast and stuff like that. So yeah, bro, I just started looking in the mirror every day and I just thought, fuck, like I need to get my shit together. After I went through like the suicide stage, I sort of just changed my perspective on, fuck, I feel like I'm already dead. So now that I've got like a second life in a way, like I may as well do what the fuck I want.
It's interesting, but also it's quite sad that it takes someone to get to the point of wanting to take their life for them to actually make change in their life. How do we prevent someone? How do you feel that we prevent someone to actually getting to that stage? Or do you feel like it's necessary for someone to hit rock bottom for them to make change?
Fuck, that's a good question, eh? How would you go about it? Like,
it's hard because you don't want people to get to rock bottom to the point where they tend to take their life and they actually do take their life. Like for you, in a way, you're lucky because you're here today. You're sitting in front of me. We lose 7 men a day from suicide. that shit's real. And I'm sure you've had people close to you. I know people, you see it on the news, like it happens every single day. And I believe that shit's preventable by the conversations that we're having today.
Yeah. I think the best way to help is give people hope. And that's what I've like made my content, bro. And the same as you. Like, I feel like if you can give someone hope, like sort of like religion, like religion just gives people hope that there's something in the afterlife and stuff like that. But if you can give people hope that you've been through struggles and you can make it out, then like people look at that and go like, you know what, fuck, if this guy can do it, then I can do it. And it's sort of like just gives them that little motivation, that little push.
That's it. Because you're 19, eh?
19, yeah.
19. So you've been through all the shit that you've been through, and we'll touch on that in a second. But for anyone that's listening, they're like, fuck, if Caleb can go through all this and now he's living, or he's created the life that he has now and he's pursuing so much more out there, like, why can't I?
Yeah.
Because we all have a choice. We can either be victim or victor. You've chosen to be a victor. So many people will be victim. And they let labels of depression, anxiety, PTSD, all that kind of stuff, they let that become their identity. And once that becomes your identity, like, what fucking hope do you have for life? Because you wake up every morning, oh, I'm depressed, I'm anxious. You may experience that, but that is not you. That's a tiny part of what you experience on a day-to-day basis. And everything can be worked through, everything can be preventable, but you just need to know the actionable steps to do that. Because going back, and why I want to bring this up is when we met a month ago, I was telling you about what I did. And I said to you, I feel like there's plenty of awareness out there. And you straight up said to me, no, there's not enough awareness.
Yeah, I don't think there is, bro. Do you think there is now? Or?
See, from my point of view, I think because I'm in it every day and the people I follow on social media and stuff, like it's all about mental health. Like I feel like there is awareness. What I feel it lacks is the actionable steps, as I mentioned before, that men can actually take. Because when you're going through your struggles, you were aware that you were struggling, correct?
Well,
you were aware that something was wrong, or you felt off.
Well, like, it's hard to explain my story, bro, because I have like never actually shared my actual story.
Yeah, okay.
Like I'm saving that for like a good day. I might share a little bit actually, sorry.
Feel free.
Yeah. But yeah, like I got beat up as a kid, and like no one really knows that. And like I don't have a mum and stuff, but like I was suicidal from the age of, I think, around like 13.
Yeah, wow.
So like I was used to it, bro. Like there's times where it sucked, because I actually told my best friend about it one time. I was like 15 at the time. Yeah, I was 15 years old, and I like had a toaster, and I like, you know the app Dumb Ways to Die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally played that, and like it showed all the ways to die, bro, in a cartoon. And like I looked at all the ways to die.
And you were gonna like
play that. I legit grabbed the toaster, I filled up the bath, and like I was legit just gonna blow myself up. That was one attempt. Please don't try this. Like, wow. Like, yeah, just warning. Disclaimer. But yeah, that was one time. There's been times where I've just tried to like hang myself and stuff like that. Because where I grew up is like, it's just everything was there. So I grew up in Marion, and that's where I grew up with like my abuse when I was a kid, where like my mum and my stepdad live. My best friend that passed away, he died like right down the road. His dad killed himself, and he lived like down the road. There's a fucking like pedophile that used to like try to like talk to me and my best mate.
So you were just surrounded by death, essentially.
Literally, yeah. Like I was just surrounded by just darkness, bro. And like the area was like proper shithole. I'm out of there now, which is mad, but like just the people around there, shit. The like location shit. Just, yeah.
Just hearing that, it makes me so grateful for my upbringing. So I grew up in Plumpton. Not too far away, but not the best of areas. But still, I never had the upbringing of you. Like, I had both my parents, they loved me. I didn't have the best relationship with my dad, and I still quite don't, and that's affected me growing up. But I never had the physical abuse. I never had the suicides, the deaths. The way I like to explain it is like, I was in cotton wool, bro. I was protected growing up. And ultimately, that's what affected me now as an adult, because I never got to experience the world. So like, yeah, you've gone through all that stuff, but it's made you into who you are today. Yeah. It's built that resilience within you to be like, fuck, this happened to me. I've experienced this. I can either let that become my identity and I can go down that same path, or I can make something of my life, which is what you're doing. And it's inspiration with so many people from Western Sydney. They just stay in the rat race and the cycle will continue. But having these conversations and you going out and doing what you're doing, me going out doing what I'm doing, it's proof that we don't have to conform. We don't have to stay in the cycle of what so many people go through. So, man, thank you so much for sharing that for starters. And I know we're going to go a lot deeper.
Yeah, we're going to get deep today. But like just another thing, when you said, is there enough mental health awareness? There's like really not, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I dare you to go down to Mount Druitt, walk around, and like there's people like homeless. There's people that like literally fucking their clothes are ripped and shit. Yeah, we live a cool life, but you have to like put your foot in their shoes. Yeah. Like you're hanging out with people like me. You're hanging out with people that are like doing stuff with their life. That's why you're thinking that there's a lot of awareness. But if you like actually look on like how many people are in our suburb and shit, bro, like we're fucking like 4 people out of
true
freaking thousands.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, we're surrounded by it, so we feel like, oh, it's not really happening. But when she gets on the ground, it's like it's everywhere.
Yeah. You should like, honestly, bro, I was thinking about it the other day. I was going to tell you when you asked like for a live cutter, you should honestly like go out, grab a microphone and just like go around Mount Druitt or something and just like either like ask how someone is and stuff, like sort of how Sneeko did it in New York.
See, I actually plan to do that. I got
yeah, see.
But I never actually ended up going out and doing it just yet.
Yeah, just yet. Because bro, like fuck, there's so much people in the world and like, I don't know if you've been around the world. But
not too much.
Bro, the different perspective you get from it, like you can go to Bali and understand that people work their ass off and not get paid. You can go to Dubai where there's slaves there, but then there's like such a wealthy lifestyle and so much money to be made. Like so many different perspectives. So like, yeah, bro, like fuck, it's so much people struggle and there's so much we can do, but we can't do. As long as we do our best part, that's the main thing. And like, that's why as long as we keep inspiring others to inspire others to inspire others,
that's it, bro.
Then that's the positives we get out of it. But
it's creating that ripple effect.
Yeah, like we're not going to be able to save 100 people, but we can save 3. And those 3 people we save, it's just like a cycle where they're going to help other people. So
I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking like, what should we do together to combat this? Like you mentioned getting on the ground. I was like, fuck, do we go out into the community and do something? Like,
yeah, bro, fuck, we can work together on this too.
I'm thinking this is going to be a good connection here.
Beauty. No, but bro, like I had this plan to literally go out and obviously go back to like the hometown in Blacktown, hand out like $100 to like, or even like $1,000 to like a couple different people, bro, that are like, I've seen struggle walking past them in high school. Fuck, went to Blacktown the other day, bro, and they're still sitting there, same people. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, fuck, like I used to be so depressed. I used to live a shit life. But now I'm like living this mad life, do whatever the fuck I want. But these people are still there.
Yeah.
And bro, it honestly broke me. I thought about it and I was like, fuck, I need to like just make as much money as I can to help out other people.
Yeah, it's necessary that we do give back. The hard thing with that though, and the questionable thing with that is because they're so caught up in that mindset.
It's hard to
you go give them money and they go spend it on drugs, alcohol. And
that's
the hard part. Like you feel like you're doing a good thing, but in a way it kind of bites you in the ass because they're not helping themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like we need to educate them somehow. We need to create somewhere they can come and get educated and in a way rehabilitated, so then they don't go back to their own ways. But in saying that, they have to take personal responsibility for their own life. They have to want it for themselves. You can't give people money force them to change because they don't. If they don't want it, they don't want it. So it's this whole mental health space. I feel it's great, but it's also very challenging to have an impact in it.
Yeah, bro. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of like freaking messages, about like people going through suicide and stuff. Cause like my stuff's really deep. And bro, like fuck, every day I get at least like 5 to 6 messages of like different people like that's like going through something. And bro, like you tell them what to do and they're just like, fuck, thank you so much. But then it's like, imagine you didn't reply, or like, imagine you sort of like put pressure on yourself, which is like shit, because like, fuck, you gotta like worry about yourself, but then you get caught up on
you're
like
taking on other people's problems as well.
Oh bro,
How do you deal with that? Knowing that you've gone through your own stuff, you're putting out the content, and then you have people reaching out to you for help. Does it get overwhelming?
It does sometimes, bro. Like I had this well, like yesterday, one of my students called me up crying, fucking broke me, bro. Honestly, broke me. A while back, a guy that was like 49 years old, bro, like freaking way older than me. He's like, hey, bro, like my wife just died and sent me a photo. And like, bro, I was like, fuck, like there's so many messages like that. And there's some fucking like, not weird, but like depressing shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what do you do? Especially because I'm young, bro. I'm not like a specialist or anything. I'm just going through like what I've experienced and like what I know helps me that I could help others.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the same as you, like you're
sharing lived experience.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, I don't know. It's just tough. It's tough, but I love it. The best way to describe myself, bro, is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he was my favorite superhero growing up, but he's Peter Parker. He's a photographer during the day and then like little friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I've always grown up like loving Spider-Man. So I was like, fuck, maybe I could be Spider-Man one day.
Videographer during the day, mental health advocate.
Yeah. That's the goal, bro.
Nah, I love that. It's, yeah, as I said, it's challenging, but we can't give up on it. We have to keep doing it. Even if, as I mentioned before, give you money, if they do spend it on the wrong things, it's like, we tried.
Look, dream scenario is we build a place where they can like get a job and like we put them in a routine because it's all about routine.
That's it. It's breaking the habits. They're bad habits and creating new habits.
Because like obviously drugs, bro, that would mentally fuck you in a whole different way. I've never touched drugs, so I don't know what it's like, but that would like, I can't even imagine what it'd be like. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
Something we're going to have to talk about off air.
Yeah,
I feel something.
Coming soon.
I feel something's going to brew after this. And I'm actually pumped for it. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited. Dude, already I feel so connected to you. You mentioned anxiety played a big part in your life. Never did drugs, all that kind of stuff. That was like me. Like I was very shy, very introverted, kept to myself. I felt different. I felt lost. I didn't really have any confidence or self-worth, any of that stuff, until I went on this journey, personal development journey, and started this podcast. For you, how has anxiety impacted you, and what is your experience like with anxiety?
Well, I don't have anxiety anymore.
Do you experience it at all? Or?
Not anymore, bro. Like I'm just so confident now. Like I could enter any room and know like who I am.
Yeah, okay. So no self-doubt, nothing. You're just like, I'm the man, I'm walking in.
Bro, even if like, just say I'm doing a video and I'm like, fuck that shit, and I'm like a bit stressed, I'm like, you know what? Still fucking good, eh? I'm just going to act like it's the best. It's just, bro, I don't know. My mentality is like so strong, bro, and it's crazy. Like, it's just, yeah.
Okay, when you said that, the thing that came to me was the act of confidence comes before the feeling of confidence. Yeah. If you're acting confident, bro, like, you're naturally going to just gain confidence and it's just going to build over time. But going back, what was anxiety like for you? Like, what was your experience?
Mine was pretty bad. I used to like scratch my arms like this, and I've got photos. I used to like bleed.
Yeah, wow.
Because I used to like scratch that hard. So like anxiety for me was just like, I don't know, I used to just freak out all the time, just fucking sweat. Like, I couldn't talk properly because I was like, and you just didn't want to like do anything. Like, bro, as a kid, I never went out to parties, like house parties and stuff, because I was so anxious that like I couldn't pick up girls, or I was just like a weird guy at the party because like I didn't have like fashion because I was so I didn't have money. So I couldn't buy cool clothes and shit, and everyone was wearing all this mad clothes. So like that gave me anxiety. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. How would you describe yours? How did you go through it?
Very, very similar. And a story I like to share. So I went to Plumpton High School growing up, and it took me like from 7 to 10 to kind of build my confidence there. And then year 11 to 12, I went to Paddy's. And I remember my first day at school.
Wait, you went to Patricia Brothers?
Yeah, year 11 and 12, bro.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, graduated 2014.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I was in Jerome's year.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Where you went to my school?
Yeah, bro. Small world, man. Oh,
yeah. I went there at 2016. That's when I was year 7.
Oh, you were year 7 in 2000. I forget how young you are. I feel old, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Right, so it's like,
but yeah, I remember that first day of year 11, and I remember waking up and instantly just like so fatigued, sweating, shaking, couldn't speak properly, and my anxiety got to the point where I would vomit, and like I would have nothing in me, but I'd just be dry reaching and feel so sick because I built up this narrative in my head that everything was going to go bad. What I realize now is like what we things going to happen up here never happens. And yet we create these narratives because it's the fear of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. So we try and think, oh, fuck, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. I could walk into a room and I'll have to look every exit point in case something goes bad. Okay, how can I escape from this? Is this person looking at me wrong? Like, all this shit would go through my mind, which would then send me into overdrive, and I'd like feel so fatigued, so drained. I'm like, fucking hell, what has my life come to? A big thing that switched for me was a couple of years back. I was on Instagram Live and I was talking about anxiety, and this guy jumps on and he goes, bro, you got your perception of anxiety so fucking wrong. Anxiety is a sign of something that you need to go towards. It's not a bad thing. We get caught up in thinking that anxiety is so bad, but it's a sign of something that you need to do. You need to go speak to that person. You need to go start that business or whatever it is. It's a fucking sign because it is the unknown, but when you travel into that unknown, that's where the growth... Fucking don't die on set, bro.
Choked on my spit, sorry. That was a deep... Oh, sorry, bro.
I had to kill the mood, bro.
Sorry, man. I legit just swallowed on my own spit.
When you go into the unknown, bro, that's where the growth happens.
Yeah,
all right, bro?
Fine.
Yeah, have a moment, bro.
Fuck, I've got anxiety right now. No.
That's why I love these podcasts, bro. Just real, raw.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro.
Ready to go, mate? You're not going to die anymore?
Chilling.
All right, cool. So yeah, anyways, once we go through the unknown, that's where the growth happens because we're jumping out of our comfort zone. Yet most of my life, I was trapped in my comfort zone and I was in bubble wrap, I was in cotton wool. So when I actually had to go out into the real world, I was like, fuck, I'm so anxious right now. And just like you, I can walk into this room and be like, fuck yeah, like this is going to be the best podcast, the best conversation, which it already has so far. Yeah, you've nearly died and we've stuffed up and shit like that, but is it really stuffing up? It's just be human. So that's my perception of anxiety, and that's how it was for me experiencing it. And from time to time, it still arises. Like, I haven't got to the point where it doesn't come up because I'm human. It's going to happen. There's going to be days where I do feel a bit anxious, but this is where I have the awareness to be able to pick up on it and be like, hey, I'm feeling a bit anxious today. Let's do some meditation, some journaling. Let's dive into why I'm feeling anxious. Because in our head, we make it to be so big, but once you actually write it on paper or speak it out loud, it's like, it's really not as big as what we thought it was. And you're like, okay, cool. Now the anxiety's gone. So yeah, man, that's my experience with it.
Yeah. My best tip to like help your anxiety, like just say if you got an interview or you got a meeting or something, you're freaking out, bro, chew gum.
Yeah?
Bro, like chew gum like a motherfucker. Just chew gum, it distracts you. Like try not to fiddle, just do like these ones, like just little movements and then just like try to focus. And if you don't want to like look at someone in the eyes because it freaks you out, just like look right at their forehead.
Yeah.
See how it's like the same thing.
Yeah, true. What has been since say the last year or so, what has been one of the biggest points for you where you've maybe felt anxious? Like say you're meeting the Tates or stuff like that, like you probably would have felt anxious in that moment.
Fuck, I wasn't even anxious then, bro.
Yeah.
Like my life changed around 11 months ago. Like the moment I quit YKTR, that was like my time to just like get my shit together.
Why did you quit?
I asked for a pay rise and he said I wasn't worth that much.
What a shit bloke, yeah.
Well, like I said it on his podcast too. I said, you remember when you said I wasn't worth that much? He said, yeah, you still weren't that much. You still weren't worth that much. I was like, okay.
How does that make you feel? Because you looked up to him like as like a mentor, and I'm sure you learnt plenty from him, to then hear him say, fuck, you're not worth that much in my eyes.
Bro, best, like, I love that shit.
Yeah? Fucking motivates you?
Yeah, fucking oath. Like,
yeah.
I get doubted so many times, bro. Like, you doubted me before thinking like, oh, some like cocky cunt. Like, bro, I just prove everyone wrong. Like, love it. Like, he can say that, but who hung out with Andrew Tate? Like, who got fucking paid to travel the world? Who's getting paid to like literally inspire people? Like,
sure.
And who's not stressing in life?
Sure. And I can see it from a business point of view. Like, you can't dump all your money into a videographer, which is why I feel like it was the best option for you to leave. Was there bad blood there now still? Or?
Because
Because he's been through a journey himself with everything that's happened over the last couple of months. But
Yeah.
for him, I feel like it worked out 100 times better for what's his life's like now. And for everyone, it's worked.
For everyone, it's worked out amazing. The thing with like Ice, like, fuck, I'm grateful for him, man. Like, he honestly changed my life. But like, I see him on podcasts saying like, what would life look like if I didn't hire the boys and stuff? But bro, like, you've done it. Like, just embrace it. Like, you've literally changed people's lives. And he says he sees it that way, but I don't know if he like deep down means it. Like, I think he's like, fuck, I fucked up. Like, I should have just done it with me. Because he says it a lot, bro. Like, he mentions it a lot. So you sort of think, fuck, is he like just regretting it?
Yeah, okay.
But if he just put it in the perspective where like he's genuinely like changed most, like literally everyone's lives.
How was he with you when you were going through your poor mental health? Because I've heard him mention that like you went to him saying like, I'm going to commit suicide and stuff.
Yeah, it was tough, bro. So I messaged him the second, I think it was like either the morning, I messaged him saying like, oh bro, like I can't come into work. Like I've tried killing myself. Straight away, he like helped me out, got me a psychologist and shit like that. Like that's that's things that people don't see behind the scenes. But yeah, he got me a psychologist straight away. Him and Natalia, which is the manager there. And yeah, bro, they helped me out a lot.
He's doing good things. He's a great guy. It's just the last couple of months, everything's kind of spiraled. But I think, as I said, everything's happened for a reason.
But like, bro, like that's the thing in life, right? Like everyone sees it as a negative, but like if you just take a step back, like me and Simi had this convo about the Chinese farmer.
Yep.
If you just take a step back from things and think as the negatives as a positive down the line, like bro, everything we've been through in life was such a negative at that point, but in the future it's a positive. So don't dwell on it. And that's another way you can like not get in a depressive state is just think, fuck, why, like just say you're talking to life, right? It's like, why me? Instead of that, say, try me. And just like little like mindset perspectives like that. So
life happens for you, not to you.
Fuck yeah, I love that. That's good.
And in the moment, feeling like it's negative, for me, when I found out I was going to be a dad, I thought it was going to be like a negative thing. I was like, fuck, I can't even look after myself. How am I going to look after a child? What have I got myself into? And I went through like a week or two where I felt depressed and I was down. I was like, holy fuck. But once I took a step back and I was like, in this moment, it kind of feels negative, but I know down the track, it's going to be the biggest blessing. And you will feel this when eventually you have kids. But being a father is like my biggest achievement ever. And I would not change it for the world. It's the biggest positive ever.
See, that's another thing, bro. Like, I think people forget like the meaning of life. And like, oh, bro, it just sucks because like, I don't know. I just feel like everyone's just trying to make money. Like I'm doing it too, bro. Like I'm just trying to make money. I'm just trying to like give like the life my dad deserves back. I just want to pay my dad for everything. So like, yeah, I don't know. I just think people forget like the real meaning of life. Like just being around like your proper mates, enjoying family, like being with family and stuff like that. If you don't have a family, just having like those close people around you.
Yeah. It's doing the things you love with the people you love.
Yeah, like we're just so caught up in like trying to make money or like pay off shit and all that. Like
the cycle, bro.
It's legit, yeah.
And we're breaking that cycle.
Trying to.
And that's all we can do, right? But by us trying, hard work, success is going to come, bro. But some people don't even start.
Yeah, it's just about starting.
You mentioned your dad there. What impact has he had in your life? And you've said it a lot, but you say you want to make him proud. You want to give back to him. Why?
I'll tell you a story, bro. Fuck. I try not to cry because this one like proper hurts me, bro.
Cry, bro. Cry.
Don't talk. I don't want to cry on a podcast. But fuck. I remember when I was about like, I was 3 years old, and when I was like living with my mum and my stepdad, I have a brother. Like no one knows that, but I've got a brother, and my dad used to be able to pick him up because my dad didn't know like I was his son. So he'd like pick up my brother and shit. And I remember I used to like bang on the door, like just crying and being like, take me.
Wait, so your dad didn't know you were his son or that?
No, I didn't.
Your brother?
My dad like found out when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and then he only got to see me like when I was like 5.
What? Really? So
Yeah,
your mum
yeah.
kept that from him?
Yeah.
Or your mum did?
Literally like, oh, bro, my mum's fucking, like, I hate my mum, bro. I'm glad she's not fucking here. But.
As in she's passed or?
Yeah, bro. I just, fucking bitch, bro. I just don't even want to talk about her, to be honest. She like, talk about like psychos, bro. And like, this is the reason I would never touch drugs and shit. Bro, like, there's so many stories I like grew up with, bro. Like, fuck, I wasn't going to say this on the podcast, but there was one time she like, there's so many different tapes, but she filmed me this one time accusing my dad of like my dad raping me. So, fuck, this is like so crazy that I'm a filmmaker and shit, bro. But she filmed me this one time and I had to like fucking hump a teddy bear and say like my dad did this to me. And like, fuck. And there was like so many fucking times like that. Where like my stepdad used to like fucking beat the shit out of me. I remember one time I had a spring roll and he gave it to me and I didn't like it because I was like fucking like 4 years old or 3 years old. And I like tried hiding it under the bin. And bro, this motherfucker like gets it out of the bin and just like hits me in the face with it. Fucking like makes me go outside and sleep outside for the night. And then like a couple of weeks later, like something else happened and like we had 2 dogs and he killed the 2 dogs, man. Fuck.
Killed them?
Yeah, bro. Like so much shit happened back then. Like, it's such a dark place, bro. And like, fuck. I'm so glad we only have one life, bro, because fuck this shit, bro. Like I don't want to be here again, but like, yeah, man, it just fucking hurts. I didn't even know what like topic I was talking about. Oh yeah, sorry, I'd explain it better. So when I was, I'll just say I'm 3 years old. My dad would pick my brother up because my dad had full like half custody with my brother. So every time like he would pick up my brother, I'd start crying and just bang on the door saying, take me, because my dad didn't know he was like my real father. And one time, like my dad told me recently, he's like, fuck, like you used to bang on the door crying and it used to like make me tear up as I was holding your brother because like he could tell like I was his kid.
Yeah.
And like he just, when he like figured out that I was his kid, he like just thought, fuck, what is this like stepdad, I'll just say stepdad, doing to him?
Mm.
And like the thought of like he knew something was up. And yeah, fuck, man, like so much is going through my head right now, bro. I really don't open up, I hate it.
Thank you, bro.
Nah, it fucking puts me in a dark place for a minute. But like, yeah, I keep saying like. But yeah, I just remember one time my dad like eventually picked me up and he put me in his car and it was fucking rainy night. He put me in the booster seat in the back. I was just sitting there watching. I was 5 years old and I could see my stepdad go up to my dad. So my dad just went up to him and just fucking pushed him, and I couldn't hear because like the windows were up and it was pissing down rain, but I just remember my dad just like going off, bro. And then, yeah, man, fuck. It was like such a tough time, eh?
As you were explaining that, I was putting myself in your shoes of the kid banging on the door, and
bro, like
that gets me emotional, bro. Especially now being a dad, I couldn't imagine someone treating a child like that. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, bro. Before my nan died, she told me a story about when my dad like had half custody, when he could like see me a couple of days. My mum like used to like never give me shoes or like give me like secondhand clothes and shit with holes in them. So every time I'd go to my dad's house, I'd stink. I'd have no shoes, and my dad would like bath me and my brother, clip my nails and shit because my mum never like took care of me. And bro, just hearing that, like I just like can't imagine my dad's life, bro. Like how fucking tough it would have been for him, because like I can just tell my dad's not happy.
Yeah.
And like, bro, I'm just like traveling and shit, and like he's still at home. Oh man, like fucking. I just always put I always put my life in my dad's perspective on like how much he's gone through. And like, yes, I've gone through a lot, like with my mates committing suicide and like my best mate dying and like my nan passing recently. But with my nan's passing recently, which is his mum, obviously, fuck, man, it's just been like, I just can't imagine what it's like for me. Like he's literally lost his life, bro, because of one woman. Like, oh man. He literally lost his fucking life to just make sure that I can have a life. That's the best way to put it. Like, I can't imagine what type of kid I would have like turned out being, like if I was with my stepdad and shit. Yeah, man, fuck. It was such a like tiny house. There was like 4 kids in there. My mom was really religious too. That's why my name's Caleb, because it's in the Bible. And that's why I'll never believe in God, bro, because like where was God back then? So like, that's why I say my dad's my God. When people like come up, they're like, oh, do you believe in God? I'm like, no, my dad's fucking Jesus. Like that guy literally fucking sacrificed his life. So yeah, sorry to get so deep, bro.
No, I love this, and
Fuck.
I can feel the emotion. It's making me emotional.
Bro, there's like so many stories where like that's like nothing. Like I can't wait. Like my life goal and my why is to fucking build up my whole life so I can have a movie on myself one day. Eh? Like I've got such a cool story, bro, and like no one really knows why I'm actually sad. Like people see my content, they're like, why is this guy crying? Oh, like his best mate's died. Oh yeah. Or like he's been through suicide, but fuck, no one actually knows like what I've been through. And I wish I could share it all today, bro, but I'm trying to like keep it.
It's all good, bro. And even that small little part that you shared, that's the reality. That's happening every single day, unfortunately.
Yeah, bro, it's fucked. Like imagine other countries where like they don't get help. Like, bro, I'm so lucky that I had like my high school teachers, Mr. Dome and Miss Catrotti, to help me out. After high school, I had ICE. After ICE, I had Luke Belmar. And after Luke Belmar, now I've just got like podcasts. I've got good people around me. Still got my dad for like life. I've got my uncle. So yeah.
Props to your dad, man. Sounds like an amazing man that he's done a great job with you, bro, and your brother as well.
Yeah, my dad's the man, bro. Fucking love my dad.
What's your number one goal to give back to him? Like, is it, do you want to buy him a house or what?
I just want to like give him no stress, bro. Like imagine just fuck it. It's not about money in life, but like imagine just giving my dad like $1 million, fucking $10 million. Just like, yeah, bro. Like I'm not thinking small, bro. Like I'm going for the fucking top. Like I just want to fucking own everything. I want to fucking like do everything I want. Like if something comes in my head, I want to like be the best at that. And like I'm so competitive, bro. Like when I had to stop playing footy, it fucking broke me, bro. And that was another reason why I was fucking depressed too. It's because I had to like stop playing footy for a bit, and yeah, bro, it's fucked. I don't know.
Your dream was to play in the NRL.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Same as mine. And
oh, really?
I stopped playing when COVID happened because like I was playing Ron Massey Sydney Shield at the time, and the comps got cancelled. I was like, there's so much more to life now. And I started the podcast, and you would know too. Once you get out of rugby league, you realize how small it is.
Like this is like no offense to like rugby league players, but their circle is so toxic, bro. It's so stupid. Think about the conversations. Oh, let's go party on the weekend. Let's do coke. Like, let's hang out with girls. Oh, what girl did you like?
I hated the post-game thing where you had to go to the pub and shit. Like, it was just the same shit every week. I was like, no.
Like, if they want to like fucking be worldwide, like NBA and shit, you don't see NBA players saying, yo, let's go to the fucking pub. Let's get pissed and shit. Like, if I was a footy player, bro, I'd be fucking like posting content. I'd be like people like Nico Hines, for example, bro, like he's doing good. Like he's helping out people with mental health. Obviously there's other footy players like that, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I fucking hate the sport now, to be honest.
Do you?
Yeah, bro, I just can't watch it.
Do you feel like, because I went through that as well. When I stopped playing, I didn't watch it for like 1 or 2 years. For me, it was like a level of resent or anger towards the sport. Is that like...
Yeah, bro, it's more like, yeah, it's just like, fuck, it's like so, I don't know, it just makes no sense.
Yeah. See, now I can watch it and I love watching it again. I wouldn't play it though. Fuck that.
Yeah, see, I honestly never liked soccer my whole life, bro, but I went to the United versus City game. Fucking changed my life, man. Like those guys, like proper supporters.
Yeah.
It's sick.
I'm going to Europe this year and I want to go to possibly a game.
Fuck yeah, you have to. It's mad.
So you stopped playing rugby league because it was a concussion, right?
Yeah, so I got kicked in the back of the head. I was out. See, like that's another thing, bro. Like imagine being my fucking dad, seeing his kid about to die like a couple of times, and he's like,
how bad was it?
Oh, bro, it was bad. Like I had a seizure. I obviously can't fucking remember it too much, but I had a seizure, and all I remember is I went literally out of my body, and I could just see myself. I could see everyone around me. I could hear my dad saying like, wake up, and I was just out cold. Yeah.
That obviously plays a toll in your mental health. It's going to affect it long term too.
It affects it a lot, bro. Like I cannot remember shit. I'm bad with people's names.
Yeah.
Like after this conversation, bro, I wouldn't even remember what we said.
Lucky it's recorded, eh?
It is. Yeah. That's why I record my life, bro. That's why I'm a videographer, because like this whole documentary I'm making, everything I filmed, I'm like, holy shit, like, I was fucking looking at my my last year self, and I was like, fuck, I'm so proud of you, bro. Just to myself. So it's so cool to document your life.
How come you're going through that period where you tried to commit suicide? Why did you record that? Did you, like, from an outside point of view, they're like, oh, is this guy recording it to try and get attention and shit like that? I know you're a videographer, you record everything, but why did you record that?
Well, like, obviously that wasn't my first time committing suicide. So that specific moment, I was like legit about it.
Yeah.
So I thought, fuck, like, I'm just going to like film all my emotions. Because I kept watching these YouTube videos of people like saying goodbye messages.
Yeah.
And it broke me, bro. And I was like, fuck, like, I want to do that. Just like, I don't know. I thought at the time it'd be good to send to my dad because I was freaking like, I don't know, I was just retarded. Like, now that I look at it, I'm like so glad I didn't make it and shit. But yeah, bro, at the time I was just like, fuck, I'm just going to film it all. And then, yeah, I honestly didn't know. I just thought it'd be cool to film it. Because I was like, fuck, if I can just say like a couple last words to the world, then yeah. So I always knew my purpose would be to inspire and help. Like, that's my why. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I just filmed it. I filmed everything. Like, when my best friend died, I filmed that. Not like filmed him dead, like a week before he died. My mom obviously filmed me when I like had to do the videos for her. So I was just like, fuck. It makes sense if I just film it.
Yeah, wow. Take me back to that night. What's going through your mind? Because when it comes to suicide, it's controversial. People like it's selfish, or the person that's going to do it, like, they're in a mindset where they're not thinking about if it's selfish or how it's going to impact others.
What's your thoughts?
Personally, and I haven't got to the depth that you have. I haven't tried to commit suicide. So from my point of view, it's hard because you're in a mindset of, if you take your own life, you feel like it's going to remove the pain that you're going through. But for me, how I see it is, I feel like it's selfish because it's not removing the pain, it's just passing it on to other people. Like, if you ended your life that night, imagine how your dad or the rest of your family, your friends would feel. Your pain would just be passed on to them. So from that point of view, I feel like it's selfish. But for you going through it, like, you're in a mindset of you're not really thinking about that stuff, correct? Or what's going through your mind?
So my experience is every time I did try to do it, my last one, like the one I filmed, all I could think about was like how it'd affect my dad.
Yep.
But then I thought, fuck, maybe it might like just ease the pressure on him having 2 kids. I don't know, bro. You get some weird thoughts, but I just thought, fuck, like, it's probably just like easier if I go. That's like what everyone says, bro. Like, it's just easier if I go. If talk to anyone that's suicidal, they'll just say like, it's easier if I just leave. And like, I don't know. I don't know if it's selfish. I don't know if it's like fucking not selfish. It's just, fuck, just don't do it.
Yeah. And that's where we come into play now, where we can prevent people from getting to that point.
Yeah.
How we do that is a different story. But the best place to start is by this conversation.
Facts, yeah.
That's what we can do is have conversations. And then if we build stuff off the back of that, that's going to impact someone's life. As you mentioned earlier, we can't save the world. But if we can save a couple of people, which then they'll go save a couple more people, it's that ripple effect. So it's interesting. And that's why I love speaking to people like yourself, because I haven't personally been through it. So I love to pick your mind and see what's going through your mind at the time. How did you try and do it? You don't have to go into detail because it can trigger some people, but...
Oh, yeah, true. I don't want to like give people like the thought of it too, but...
Yeah.
The one I filmed, that was through cutting my wrist and overdosing. So I overdosed that night. There was another time I obviously tried like hanging myself through the rope in the garage room. I'm not going to go into detail, but... and then the toaster one... there was a time where I was literally just going to like walk in front of a car because at my nan's house, they had the M7 at the back.
Yeah.
So I used to sit there and just think, fuck, I'm just going to like walk across the road and just like close my eyes. Yeah, fuck. There was another time where, it sounds so stupid, bro, but I literally I held like a toothbrush in my throat, and I was just gonna fucking like bang it against the wall. I know, I'm like, it's really fucked up, but like,
wow.
I was gonna just see if like there was so many ways to like just, I don't know, because I watched the Joker,
Yeah.
where he like did it to the guy with the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
So just, I don't know, I was just trying to figure out ways. It's fucked. I don't know.
You have that mindset of you trying so many different ways to end it.
Now I'm trying to,
And now you're using, I guess, that same drive, that mindset to build your life. And it's crazy when you just put that energy into something else, how successful you can be. It's just like had someone on who was addicted to drugs, and he's like, yeah, every day I would find ways how to get drugs. And
it's Cohen, yeah?
No, someone else. He was like full drug addict,
right.
really bad, to the point where he would get, what was it? It was an over-the-counter drug, but he would break it down into the codeine and then put it all together. Like he would go hit 3 or 4 pharmacists a day. And I was like, bro, imagine if you put that energy and that mindset into business, how successful you'd be. So in a way, it's like we need to have the drug addict mindset, just don't do the drugs.
Yeah.
In a way.
In a way, yeah. Like if you put it in a positive, yeah.
Yeah, in a positive, because there's a positive come out of every negative.
Yeah.
Quick word from our sponsor, Betar Media, which was actually formerly known as One Stop Pod. But to be honest, recently I found my love again for videography and content creation. So if you're looking to promote your business through video content, build your personal brand, or even start a podcast, Betar Media covers it all. If you'd love to find out more, follow us on Instagram at Betar Media. So that's BETAR Media. Mention this podcast to get a cheeky little discount off your first studio hire or video shoot. Let's get back to the episode. I was watching some of your videos last night, you screaming in the car and you're saying, these voices are fucking killing me.
Yes, okay.
What is that and what's going through your head?
That's schizophrenia. Like that was my schizophrenia attack. So, fuck. I don't know when I explain this story, but when I was a kid, my stepdad, when he used to hit me and stuff, he used to dress up as a clown, and he painted he painted a clown on my wall, which was like, he painted a clown on my wall as a kid. And over the years, during high school, during primary school, I started to develop schizophrenia because I think, I don't know, like this, like the math or the facts. I don't know if you want to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's around 17, 18, you actually start to get it.
Okay.
So my whole life, I always thought like my best friend was there. I always thought my mom was there. And like I hear voices, I hear my mom's voice a lot and I hear my best friend's voice a lot. So like the best way to describe it is, so just say I'm driving. It's like that night particularly, it was like, just kill yourself, crash car. You're like useless. It's just like a voice in your head. And you get like hallucinations that like they're actually with you.
Is it also stuff that they've said to you when you're a child coming back up, or?
No, you just like remember their voice.
Yeah, okay.
And they're just like literally talking to you, bro, like a conversation like this.
Yeah, wow.
Like it's not like intrusive thoughts and shit. Like it's like, it's intrusive thoughts, but it's like on a next level.
Yeah, okay.
Where it's like you're actually talking to someone. Like there's times where in primary school, my best friend used to sit next to me and I used to like have conversations with me, and my teacher used to like, just like nearly start crying, bro, just saying like, are you okay and shit? Yeah. So basically I just said like, fuck these voices. Cause like I had my headphones in, if you noticed, cause I was listening to a song called Solitude, which is like I use that song a lot because it's like my go-to song that literally like, I don't know, just puts me in a whole different world.
Yep.
And yeah, it was just my mom talking to me. That's why I said, you fucking bitch. So yeah.
Speaking about your mum, not so much her, but with everything that's happened, has that now affected your relationship when it comes to women?
Yep. So because I grew up with not having love and feeling like I was never good enough, it really does affect me, bro. Like I self-sabotage in relationships. I just like, I know how women work. I know how to treat women. I know how to get women.
You just feel like you don't deserve it?
No, it's not that. I'm just like, I just get so like, I just got the abandonment issues.
Yeah, okay.
So it's more like, fuck, I just self-sabotage because I don't want to get too comfortable where, like, obviously, like, you're meant to, like, have a mum, right? So, like, if you're meant to have a girl, then I just get uncomfortable and I just self-sabotage so I don't have that relationship. Because when I get too close, bro, like, the movie Good Will Hunting, that's the best way to describe me. I don't know if you've seen it, but basically he gets into a relationship with a girl, but then he self-sabotages because he's gone through so much trauma and he just, like, fucks her off. And then, like, over time, he sees a psychologist and goes and sees her. But yeah, bro, I just struggle to, just fall in love, I guess.
Have you spoken to people about that to try and, I guess, work through it?
I don't talk to a psychologist or a counselor. Me personally, it doesn't help. Like, I've had probably 12, 13 in my whole life because I started at the age of 12. Oh, sorry, I started at the age of 10, actually. But yeah, they just don't help me, man.
So what are your best coping mechanisms?
Okay, this is going to, like, change your whole perspective on me. But I love being sad, bro. And I use my sadness as my creativity and I use it as motivation. I use it as my discipline. So most times I, like, purposely try to make myself sad. Like, this conversation, I'm purposely, like, making myself sad. So this whole week, bro, watch me make, like, fucking 50K. Because I'd rather be a sad winner than a sad loser.
True.
That's my mindset. And, like, I'm just so comfortable with the pain. And, like, if I don't feel pain, I just have to feel pain. I love the feeling of pain. I don't know. I guess if you've gone through, like, self-harm, if you've gone through, like, physical abuse and stuff like that, you're just so used to feeling pain. So if I'm not feeling pain, bro, it's uncomfortable for me. And, like, now that I'm fighting, like, just training Muay Thai, fuck, man. Like I said before, it's, like, literally curing my depression. Like, it's so mad, bro. It's like,
so you love copping punches to that?
Yeah, bro. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, wow. It's interesting because I've listened to a few podcasts with, like, high-performing people and they're like, I guess in society, it's looked at, like, our traumas, our dark side, is we have to work through it. We kind of have to forget about it. But a lot of the times, our dark side, our proving people wrong, that's what fucking motivates us to go and take action and to make change. So tapping into our dark side is actually a positive. I think it's when you let that dark side control you. And I think long term as well, it can have negative impact on you. But for the time being, if you're trying to...
Well, no, that was well said because I know how to control my emotions.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to be sad, I'm going to be sad. If I want to be happy, I'm going to be happy. I'm not saying, like, I'm fucking depressed because I'm not. But, like, I purposely make myself sad to just have that feeling. I don't know, bro. It's honestly, if you look at most people that are successful, like, they've obviously gone through stuff. Not everyone.
Look at Michael Jordan, bro. He tapped into his dark side and his fucking boom machine.
Literally, bro.
Like, you have to have the dark side. Without the light, you don't have the dark. Like, yin yang, you need both. You can't just forget about the dark because then life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Facts, yeah.
Shit happens. And by using that as an energy source, you actually get a lot more done. Because if your life was, like, all rosy and shit, like, you're like, I'm just going to kick back. I don't care. But you're like, nah, I got this motivating factor. I've been through this, my dark side, my dad, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to make it work, even if I die. What's your relationship with death now? Like, do you care if something happened today?
No, I'm not afraid of death.
Yeah?
Like, if I die today, bro, like, is what it is, eh? Like, I don't care if there's an afterlife. Like, as long as I'm, like, what's the way to put it? As long as I'm helping someone each day, which I do. Like, bro, it's literally just, like, in my routine to help someone out today. Like, today I've already helped out 2 people. Like, a lady fucking fell over when she was walking this morning. I helped her get up, like, asked if she was okay. Literally waited, like, 30 minutes for this, like, lady. And then after that, helped film the PT, like, with the video. Yep. Literally didn't have to do that. Just quickly, like, filmed her a video. So I, like, make sure that I'm helping someone or making someone smile each day. So if I died, I wouldn't give a fuck because I made someone happy. But yeah, I'm not afraid of death. If I die, I die. Like,
do you have any fears, and what's your relationship with fear?
My biggest fear is clowns.
Yeah, because the trauma that
yeah. If I saw a clown, bro, like, I proper, like, freak out.
Really? So you haven't been to circuses and shit?
Bro, I had to fucking go to one. And I was like, the movie It freaked me out, bro. I was traumatized for a couple of weeks there.
Yeah.
I had to do a shoot for Luna Park, and they had clowns there, and they tried coming up to me, and I had to get my mate to like literally get him away from me.
What's going through your mind when a clown's coming up to you? Like, do you like go back to that little boy and like freeze, or?
Well, bro, like with post-traumatic stress and schizophrenia together, the schizophrenia, bro, like, I don't want to sound like I'm a fucking psycho or anything, but it's more like, fuck, that's your stepdad, go like bash him or some shit.
Yeah, okay.
So like with schizophrenia, like you can get told to do something and literally do it. Like it's pretty tough, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it. Fuck, if you just had it, it's like a lot easier to explain. Like if I saw a clown, it's straight away like fucking like hurt it. Just because like I got hurt from my stepdad being a clown. So it's just like that. Like, I don't know, my brain just tells me. Yeah. I don't want to sound like a psycho, bro, but like, it's just is what it is.
You're not a psycho, bro. It's everyone's been through stuff, and for you, that's your thing. And I'm sure there's going to be people listening that it could be a clown, it could be something else, because it all stems from our childhood. If something's traumatized us from a childhood, remember adult, if it pops up again, it's like, fuck, it triggered, and
yeah, especially with the schizophrenia, bro. Like you should look into schizophrenia. I don't know if you ever have.
No, I haven't.
Bro, the stories of people with schizophrenia is proper scary. Like this guy had a voice in his head. I'm glad mine's not bad, but this guy had a voice in his head where he literally like got told to burn down a house because apparently like his daughter was in there dying. So he burnt the house down. Now he's in prison for life. Yeah, wow. So like it's really tough to like handle sometimes, especially like, bro, right now I could literally just fucking chuck this on you. Like that's just like intrusive thoughts and stuff like going through my head of like, I can sort of control, but like sometimes you can't. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, bro. So it's fuck, I guess it just makes who you are. It helps me creativity though, like having schizophrenia.
How so? Like what pops up to make you so creative?
Fuck, so much, bro. I put my life in like my third person.
Yeah.
Like I could be walking the streets and I'm pretending I'm like in a GTA fucking game, bro. Like I'm just walking. But yeah, it just helps. Like there's just voices always in your head. Like,
yeah. Man. One last thing when it comes to your mum, because as we've been saying, there's a lesson, there's a blessing, there's always a positive to come out of a negative. With everything that happened with your mum, are you grateful for her at all for anything? I know it's a hard one because you're like, fuck, I don't like her. Did you say you hate her?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. The thing with my mum, I don't even know her name.
You don't?
Nah, she's changed it 1,000 times. I literally don't even know my mum's name.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, bro. Like, I'll give you a perspective. How would you feel your mum watching you get beat by a man that you have to call your dad who wasn't your dad and just literally just stand and watch your own kid? Would you like that person?
No, but I'm trying to put myself in her shoes for a second here. Because you were so young, like we don't know the dynamic that she was in. Like was she getting beaten? Was she scared?
I remember one time, I remember it off by heart. They were in the bedroom. Yeah. Like the lounge room was right here and I was playing with like my toys and shit and I could see through the bedroom. And they were having an argument and my stepdad like slapped her in the face. So my mum like grabbed him and then he just choked her and then he like got some like antenna from the TV and just freaking hit her with it.
Yeah, wow.
And bro, I remember just like a little kid just staring up looking at that and I was like, fuck, like I just want to fucking kill this guy. I just want to beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. So like coming back to your mum, being in your mum's shoes, like she could have been scared for her life. And it's hard to have empathy for people, but I like to try and put myself in other people's shoes and have some sort of empathy because we don't know what she was going through in that moment.
But like think about what she did to my dad as well.
Yeah, I know. It's like
she like literally tried to put an innocent man in prison.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
It's fucked.
I don't like talking about my mum, bro. I'm surprised I talked about it. I knew it would be on this podcast, eh?
I appreciate you doing that, man. I love talking about the things that it gets us thinking, and it's the things that we don't speak about often.
Yeah. It's funny because like, I talk about like helping mental health, but like I've never actually like, I'm still young, bro. Like I'm still 19. I would say I haven't figured my shit out. But all I know is I know my reason why, and I know who I am.
That's your compass, bro.
That's all I need. Like, bro, I'm not even like, I know a lot of people say this, bro, but like, I know that I will be like so different from the rest. Like, I just know that, like, I don't know, I'm just not aiming for the small picture. I'm aiming for like the fucking, I want to take it all, bro. Like, literally. Like, if you saw my worth ethic, I go to bed at 3 or 2 a.m., wake up at 5 a.m. to go train Muay Thai. The way I see it, which is like pretty fucked, but the way I see it is I get 3 more extra hours than you a week. Just say there's 7 days in the week. I get 3 more extra hours of work every single day. Times that by 7, what? That's like 21 or something like that? Or
Math is bad, so don't ask me.
28 or something like that? Or 21? That's 21, 27 more hours than you that I put in work. That's my mindset. It's like while everyone's sleeping, it motivates me even more to be like, fuck, I'm just going to pump out even more work and do it quicker. That's why I feel like I'm getting like more successful at such a young age. Like I've been doing this for like 2 years now. I started at YKTR doing it, and then through YKTR, because it was just a routine of not sleeping, working my ass off. Then through Luke Belmar, I had to do the same fucking thing. Now it's just like I'm just used to not sleeping. And people are like, oh, it's unhealthy to not sleep. But like, fuck, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a short time, get my fucking shit together, get rich, give my dad some money. And that's me done. I don't care if like I go past 30. I really don't. Just get my shit done young and then I'll be happy.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, long term, that's not sustainable. I don't believe.
But like, fuck, I don't give a shit, bro. Like,
yeah. Do you have like an end goal? Like, fuck, I'm going to work hard for the next couple of years, build one.
My end goal is to literally just have a movie. That's I have like, it has to do something with film, bro. Like,
yeah.
If I could have a movie like Wolf of Wall Street, like how that guy has literally inspired the world. Like his story's not even that cool. He's a fucking bad guy, and like we all look up to a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's crazy, eh?
Yeah, it is crazy. It's even like Kim Kardashian. She got famous off porn, and every girl looks up to her.
I know. And she has her own shows and everything. And
yeah.
My guys watches, I'm like, what the fuck are you watching this shit?
But like guys and girls are the exact same, bro. Like we fucking do dumb shit and we listen to dumb shit. Like we're listening to a guy that is a good sales guy, like don't get me wrong, but he cheated. He didn't do it the right way, like the illegal way. Yeah. Or legal way, so.
Legal way, yeah.
Legal way, so. I just want to do everything the right way, the good way, to prove that you don't need to be like a fucking guy that sells drugs. You don't need to do anything like sus. You can do it all good money, like, all through hard work. That's my main goal.
That's it. That's all it is, hard work. And we're built different. You're built different than me. I don't know how I could live on 2 hours sleep a night.
It's, bro, honestly, it's just a mindset thing. Like if you went through, I went through. There's people that went through worse than me, bro. Like I don't even have like a bad life. Imagine that people that don't have shoes every day, can't even go to school, shit like that. Talk about like the mental health awareness, fucking hell. Like that's like overseas shit where they don't get any help at all. Australia is pretty good. But yeah, bro, it's just a mental thing.
Yeah, I guess what you've been through puts life into perspective, and it's like, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Because we're in a society now of grind, hustle, like the Gary Vee 24 hours a day.
Do you like Gary Vee or not? I'm not a fan of him, mate.
Really? Okay, why?
You're too old, bro. Like, it's just too old for me. Like, obviously, it'd be so cool to meet him, bro. Like, it'd be insane. And like, he does have like a good perspective in other people's ways, but I don't know. He got successful when he was older, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like, I feel like you have to be niched down. Like, you can't tell like a 20-year-old what to do when you didn't get rich at 20. So like, I feel like you have to like look up to someone that's done it at a young age. Like Luke Belmont done it at a young age. That's why I looked up to him so much.
Yeah, okay.
And I met him. So it's like, yeah, just different perspectives, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. See, for me, Gary Vee's the one who inspired all this. He came to Sydney in 2019. And when I mentioned earlier in the podcast, that shy, introverted kid, never step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I went to that event and I remember sitting in the crowd, and he came out, and the way that he could captivate the crowd and have the impact and provide the value, I was like, fuck, imagine if I could do something like this. And straight away, that little voice on my shoulder goes, fuck, you can't do that. You can't even speak to people, Nick. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Right then and there, I had internal battle with myself. I was like, I can continue being the Nick that I am now, I can go out there and make something of myself. And at the time I was in uni, dropped out of uni the next week, bought my first camera, which is that one there, started vlogging. Then Gary Vee said everyone needs to have a podcast, started podcasting, and it's fucking evolved from there. And I don't watch him religiously, but I feel like he provides so much value in what he does.
Yeah.
But I actually do really get your point of view when someone's your age or your similar age and they've done the stuff. So, for example, I mentioned to you earlier, do you know Christian Guzman? Now, he's a massive American entrepreneur. He owns the brand Alphalete. Have you heard of that before? The gym brand?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the owner of Alphalete, and he has this massive gym called Alphaland over in Texas. And I followed him from the beginning. He was like early 20s, and now he's like nearly 30. But following the whole journey and seeing what he's built and putting in the hours and the hard work, that's what's really inspired me. Whereas Gary, we didn't really see the back, like his younger years and what made him into who he is now. We just see what he is now.
Yeah.
So following someone and seeing the journey and seeing that they're a similar age to you, that's the motivation. Like, fuck, if they can do it, why can't I?
That's exactly right. Like, that's why most of my students in my university are like my age. I've got a couple like 30-year-olds and stuff, but most of them are my age because they can relate. Like, the main thing with content, bro, and I've like realized is all you need to provide is relatable, high quality, and valuable content. If you focus on those three things, not only will like your Instagram blow up, it'll help people, and that's all you really need. That's the best way to put it.
Any advice for someone that's young, that's maybe in school like you were, or working a shitty 9-to-5 job, and they have this passion or this drive, but they're not sure how to go in and take full advantage of it and just actually make that their reality? Any advice for them?
Yeah, I think just like figure out what makes you happy. Because I knew videography made me happy, and so did rugby league. Like those are my two happy things. So if you can do something that makes you happy, then not only will you be driven, but you'll make a lot more money. You'll be happy. Even if you don't make money, like as long as you're happy doing what you're doing, like you, like, fuck, I don't know if you're making any money from this podcast, but it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the money, bro. Like, as long as you're happy, like one day it'll all pay off. One day you might have like 100K followers, 1 million followers, you never know. But as long as you're like happy and you love the grind and you love what you do, just trust the process. And yeah, like people think like, I'm not even that successful, bro. I'm really not. Like, I made a couple 100,000 this year, which is like cool, but like what's the way to put it? Like, I've literally started from nothing.
That's it. And in the scope of things, you're looking at up here, whereas you're here.
Yeah.
You want to be the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
And that's fucking awesome.
Like, I want to be like just below $1 billion, actually. Like being a billionaire. But like just seeing like the lifestyle, bro. Like, I got to live it. Like, talk about perspectives. I got to live as a millionaire for 2.5 months, traveling the world with Luke, the Tates, Fresh and Fit Boys, Sneeko, like all these successful men that are like helping men's mental health too. Like, bro, these guys are just living the fucking life, eh?
Do you feel like money can buy you happiness?
It does, yeah.
How so?
Well, like, fuck, you're not going to be happy if you've got to like pay off 300,000 debt and shit like that.
Buys your freedom though, to do what you want when you want.
Well, like, that's the goal, bro. Like, money just buys freedom. Money is just the tool. Like, you can be happy without money. Like, bro, if you got your like main boys, then you're sweet. But at the end of the day, like, you leave those boys, you go home, you still got money to worry about. Like, it's just life. So I think, what's like the 5 main things you would have to have in life?
For me personally, the 5 things I would need to have.
Like, mine would be money number 1.
Yep.
Actually, no, sorry. Mine would be my dad number 1. Money number 2. Probably inspiration. Number 3. Number 4 would be my mates. And then number 5, just like healthy body, healthy mind. Maybe that can go a bit further up. That'd be my 5.
In no order for me.
Yeah, that was no order.
But number 1 would be my daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter, connection is a big thing for me. Like this podcast, connecting with people. my own health, my own development, my loved ones, and my partner, family, all that stuff. I think drive, bro. You need drive. You need purpose. Because without purpose, what's the point of life? So I think even purpose could be higher. I think purpose probably maybe the highest thing.
Yeah, purpose is the highest, actually. Yeah.
You need purpose.
That's my list.
Yeah. I'd say they would be my 5 that come to my mind right now. But we all need that. So many people have nothing.
I was going to ask you a question, actually.
Yeah.
Ask you a couple. What's your reason why? Do you know your why? Oh.
My daughter's a big part of that. So before my daughter, I didn't know. I didn't really have a purpose or a why. I was just trying to be the best version of me. But once you have a child, and for me, my daughter, it changes your whole perspective on life. And it's like everything I do affects her. So I need to fucking be my best self. So I need to turn up for myself so I can turn up as the best father for her, to be the best partner, to be the best podcaster. Because then it allows me to provide for her, provide the platform, the foundation for her to grow into, whoever she grows into with my guidance. So yeah, my daughter, man.
So how are you going to do that?
It's building this fucking platform, building this podcast. And I'm still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, that's life, bro.
For me, it's just, I was actually listening to a podcast this week. Do you know who Andy Frisella is? Okay. So he's a big American entrepreneur as well. And there's been a few times where I've been caught up and being overwhelmed and being stressed because I feel like every day I need to achieve something. And in this podcast, he's like, it's not about what you get out of each day, it's what you put into it. And the analogy that he gave is if you're a farmer and you plant seeds, you can't go back the next day and expect to harvest it. You got to water it. You got to nurture it so it can flourish into something big. So don't focus on what you get out of each day. Focus on what you put into it and plant seeds each and every day. Whether that be posting a piece of content, because that's planting a seed, having this conversation, recording a podcast, like every day just focusing on, even going to the gym this morning, that's planting a seed for my own health and fitness. So that really flipped my perspective and allowed me just to take a step back and take a breath. I'm like, okay, cool. You're not going to achieve big things each and every day. But if you can plant a seed every day, it's going to compound over time. And imagine if you plant a seed every day for the next 12 months, imagine what that's going to grow into. So yeah, I don't have it all figured out at the moment. But right now, my mindset's just plant a seed every day, every day, and see what it blossoms into.
That's fucking sick. I love that. That's a good mindset, bro. Yeah. That's a good fucking line too. Damn.
Oh, man. I wanted to ask, everything that's happened in your life, what has been the darkest moment and what has been the best moment?
Been through some dark times, man. Shit. I've been through a lot more dark than light.
I know. So how are you going to narrow that down to one? Or even one that just kind of just always sticks with you?
After I tried committing suicide, seeing my dad cry, because I've seen my dad cry 3 times in my life. First was when my best friend died, when he had to tell me that he died. 2 was when I tried committing suicide, and the recent one when his mum passed away. Yeah. So when I saw my dad, literally, like, I stepped into the car and, like, I didn't even look at him. I felt that fucking, like, ashamed. I felt selfish, actually. Yeah. And I just literally looked at my feet, and all I could hear was just like, son, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you've got, like, a great life. You've got the support. Like, you can do whatever you want. And he used to read me this book called The Train That Could. It's a picture book. And basically it's about a train that had to get up the hill with a bunch of passengers. And the train was trying to get up the hill, but he said, I think I can't. And then this big bully train said, you can't do it. And then the passenger's like, think you can. So the train's getting up this hill. I think I can. And guess what? The train ended up getting up on that hill. And my dad used to read me that, and he said that in the car. He just said, like, just be the train that said he could. Like, think you can, son. Think you can, and you can. And when he said that, bro, like, fuck, I get goosebumps talking about it now. I remember just instantly from that moment, because I had fucking 56 hours in a hospital bed, straight darkness, bro, like no phone, nothing, literally just my thoughts of like, fuck, I'm alive after trying to kill myself. I'm just sitting in this bed. And then my dad saying that, I was like, fuck, it's like actually game time. Like my uncle used to call me Showtime before a footy game. He's like, it's showtime. So like from that moment, I was like, fuck, it's like showtime. It's like time to get shit together and get shit rolling. A couple of weeks later, started filming, quit my job, met the Tates, made 15K in a month. Then this year made 100K in a month, inspiring kids to fucking like live their dream. One of my students is making 12K a month through it. It's fucking, that's my happiness, I guess. That's my life, bro. Like helping my students, like it's my baby right now. Fuck, there's a lot of like there's my clothing brand that I'm super excited about. My podcast, I've got 2, On One podcast and my Ticophobia one. My Ticophobia clothing brand. I want to do public speaking. I told you about that. Like I want to do public speaking soon. Yeah, bro, like there's so much light in my life now, but it was so dark for fucking 19 years. Oh no, 18 years, sorry. 18 years, my life was so dark. 19 years old, and now there's light, and I can have light for another 10 years, and then I'm out.
Yeah, wow. You have to go through the darkness to see the light, don't you?
Or you can go through the light and then go through the darkness. Talk to this old lady that grew up rich. Her husband had a Ferrari. She had a Ferrari, all these cars, blah, blah, blah. And she told me, she's like, I don't think it's selfish to commit suicide. Randomly, bro, like, I didn't even say I was suicidal or anything. She just randomly come up and said this to me. I was like, oh, like, that's so weird. Like, did you think I'm like depressed or something? She's like, no, like, I can just see you're someone that's been through dark and now it's coming to light. It's like, are you okay? And she's like, no, like, I'm going to try to kill myself tomorrow. And I was just like, what the fuck? It was recently too. And she's like, my life's been so good. Now it's gone to bad because it's just been so good. There's nothing to look forward to, which is like a different perspective on mental health, because it's like, fuck, if you like have everything you want in life, then what is there to achieve, you know?
Wow, that's deep.
Like, at least we got something to look forward to. What do they have to look forward to? Oh, I get to drive my Ferrari again every single day. Oh, I buy a new supercar. Bro, you can only do that for so long. So it's like, fuck. I don't know.
That's why you need purpose, you need goals. You need to be always striving for something.
But like this lady, bro, like she was old, probably like 60, 70.
Yeah.
She just like, there's no purpose of living. Like she said, look, have a great teenage life. It was weird, bro, because like, I don't think she understood I was like so young. And she's like, look, enjoy your teens, enjoy your young age, enjoy your 30s and stuff. But just make sure you have like, just have goals, and hopefully you just keep making new ones, because like I've got none. I've just got no purpose. And I just, yeah. When she said she wanted to kill myself, that's when I started to like rethink life again. Be like, fuck, like people are going through suicide still. It's like,
even at that age too.
Yeah, bro. A lot of like old people do it.
Sad, eh?
And this was a woman as well, like, it wasn't a guy.
Well, I hope she's still here.
I hope she is too. But like, bro, the smile she had on her face when I said like, I'm proud of you. Like I literally just said, I'm so proud of you, and gave her a hug. And bro, like I could see like a tear come down her eyes, and she's just like, thank you so much. Like it was lovely talking to you. You're such a good boy, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I went home that night and I was like, fuck. Yeah.
I feel like that moment has had an impact on her life. And I do feel like she's still here because of that.
Bro, I think she is too. Like I told her like my story as well, like after she said that shit. Because it was a long conversation, bro. It was like 2 hours. And I told her like my whole life story. And then she's like, wow, like you're amazing. Like you amaze me. You know what? Like, I can't believe I'm complaining right now. I was like, well, like just be happy with what you got because like some people don't have that. She's like, yeah, that's so true. I was like, maybe like help out other people with that money. Like that could be your purpose. There's so much shit. Like, I don't know. Bit off topic.
I want to find this lady.
Oh, bro, I wish she definitely doesn't have a phone unless she's like flip out phone or something.
Fucking Nokia's, bro.
Oh, but
wow. This has
been a good podcast, bro. This has
turned out a lot better. Like I knew it was going to be deep, but
I knew it was going to be deep too. You know when you just got that feeling?
Yeah, wow. Dude, thank you so much, eh? Like we've just said it. It's been an amazing, insightful conversation. And for you to open up and share what you've shared, I'm super grateful that I've been able to hold a space for you to feel comfortable enough to do that. So, man, thank you so much.
Do you still think I'm a cocky cunt?
Nah. You're not to be cringe, bro, but like you are a beautiful young soul that I know is already having an impact, but you're going to have a massive impact in this world. Just keep doing you, man. And I feel like something's blossoming here. And we mentioned earlier, like, yeah, I think we can create something off the back of this. So
I'm just going to say, bro, I can't stop smiling right now.
Yeah,
I haven't got a compliment in a minute, eh? Damn, bro. You know what? I'll say something nice to you too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Let me think of something.
How do you take compliments though? Because
that's so weird, bro. Guys just don't get it, bro. Like guys just don't get compliments. Maybe like, oh, you smell nice, or oh, you look good. But like a compliment like that, it's like you don't really get.
See, I try and do it often. I even tell my mates like, I love you and shit. Like, and they're like, it's not in a game way, but like, because we're not fucking told that stuff.
Rare. Have you ever got flowers in your life? I've got flowers once, bro. It was after I tried killing myself. Yeah. One of the girls I used to work with at Macca's handed me flowers, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Couldn't stop smiling, man. I was like, God, it's hectic.
We need to do this more for guys. Like, it's not just a girl thing. Like, we should be able to compliment each other. Buy flowers if you want to buy flowers.
Well, let me give you your compliment.
Okay, thank you.
Trying not to laugh. Because this is like from my heart.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I'm proud of you, bro. And I hope you're the best dad your daughter could ever have. And like, I'm really keen to see your future and keep inspiring, man.
I felt that. Thank you, man. Dude, where can the people find you and when is this documentary dropping? Because I want to watch it.
Doco's sick, bro. Like, I showed my dad and he's bawling his eyes out. He's like, sure you want to post this? I'm like, it's the right thing to do. Because, bro, like my life is literally just...
Can you send me a cheeky link or what?
No, I'm trying to... Oh, wait. I think July 10th is the best day to do it.
Okay, why is that?
It's my birthday.
Okay.
So imagine like 20 years old, 20 years through life, and you post this fucking gun-ass doco. I feel like that's a good day.
Are we locking in that date? Because is it complete?
Oh, it's not complete because like shit keeps happening right now.
Yeah.
So like I keep adding stuff. That's why I haven't posted it yet. Because I'm like, fuck, I haven't achieved anything I really want to post yet. But I'm doing a series for YouTube. It's going to be called Road to a Mill.
Yep.
So I know I'll be like multi-millionaire by 21.
Yep.
Which is like a whole fucking another year, bro, which is crazy. Which is excites me because I can get there. So yeah, I'm just going to go through like episode 1 will be beating suicide.
Yep.
Which everyone will see on July 10. Lock it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then episode 2 will be body transformation, body and mind transformation. Number 3 will be like aticophobia, like how I got over the fear of failure to build a clothing brand through that in the podcast. I've planned it all out. I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, I've got it's going to be a full series and shit. I'm talking to a guy from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I might get on Netflix, but I sort of rather YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm excited for you, bro.
I'm going to be fucking big time, man. And so are you. But I'm going for like, I don't know. I want to take it all, man. That's my mindset.
You can have whatever you go after, bro.
That's what I've learned, man. You can have whatever the fuck you want. Make your imagination become a reality.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited and I'm keeping you accountable. July 10th, I'm expecting a video out.
Yeah, I think July 10th is a good date. because like I've basically already done it, but I'm waiting for like my teacher to send me a video because I want to put her in because her and him, because they helped me through suicide and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
So I want like a little message from them. So yeah.
Why do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up. I have this answer all the time, but I want to like change it. Fuck, you answer it first, and then I'll go.
Why do I wake up?
Because like I could say my regular answer, which is to make my dad proud.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think like deeper.
I wake up in the morning. I've never answered this before, so you're putting me on the spot too now.
Well, I wake up every morning to not only provide for my own family and to make my dad proud, but I wake up every morning to just give people hope. Because like, yeah, I just want to give people hope. I want to give people motivation. I want to give people like belief.
I wake up in the mornings to connect with people. As I said, connection is massive for me, especially authentic connection, which is through vulnerability. So that's why I feel so connected to you right now. And that's why I got out of bed this morning. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm excited for today because I get to connect with you. So I get out of bed for connection, to provide for my family. And the biggest thing though is going into my daughter's room and just seeing her eyes and her waking up and the smile on her face. It's like, she wakes up so happy every morning and she's so innocent. It's like, it's so beautiful to see.
Man, make sure you keep like recording her, have photos and stuff.
Man, my phone is full of videos. And
That's
photos.
Fuck, I never got to see what I look like as a kid, eh? But
do you have any photos or anything? Or?
Nah, till I was like 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But like, make sure you just document her life, bro, because you never know what life she will have. She might be the best psychologist in the world. She might like be an NBA player or WNBA player or whatever.
Do you want kids after everything that's happened? I know you're still young, but has the thought come to you?
I know like I'll be a mad dad. Yeah. If I have a kid, bro, like I want one boy and call him Apollo Coroneos.
Yeah, okay.
It's my dog's name. So I thought like, if my dog died, I'd have a kid after my dog died, which is like 14 years, so like 35, which is good age.
Okay.
So like, I think Apollo Coroneos would be cool. It's a cool name.
That is cool.
It's a Greek god's name. Because like obviously my name's from the Bible.
Yep.
Change it up and go back to the Greeks and stuff. It was cool because my yaya, which is my nan, she asked me that question.
Yeah. Before
she passed away, the last time I saw her. She's like, what would you call like a kid if you had a kid? And I'm like, I think I'll go with the name Apollo. She's like, like the Greeks. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I think I'd go Apollo. Just one boy though. I couldn't do a girl, I don't think.
See, I thought the same thing.
Obviously it's different when you have it.
It's different when you have it, but yeah, it's
just the teenage years. I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. Because like even I was a brat, bro, and I'm a guy. Like I was such a cunt to my dad, bro.
All the things I have to look forward to, eh?
Just enjoy it, man.
That's it.
Present moment.
Dude, we have a closing tradition on the podcast where the previous guest leaves a question for the next guest without knowing who it is. So the question for you is, what does authentic connection mean to you?
How do I even answer that? That's like, I actually don't understand it. Like, does he mean like?
So what does like connecting with someone on an authentic level? So say this conversation, what does this conversation mean to you? Like connecting with me, being real, being vulnerable.
I love it, bro. It's good to always learn. I think the best thing in life is learning. So yeah, I genuinely love it. I think it's like a big part of being successful. You need to connect. Like your network is your net worth. So yeah, I love the feeling. It's cool. Like I'm someone, you're probably the same. If you don't talk to people, like at least 3 people a day, you sort of like get weird and shit. Like I need to go out, talk to people, connect with people, like understand what someone's going through or understand like who they are as a person. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I love connecting on a deep level. I'm not a small talk kind of guy. If I'm connecting, it's fucking deep.
Yeah.
If the small talk stuff drains me.
Like, it does. Especially about drama, that I literally walk away. Because, bro, I'm still young. Remember, like, I'm hanging out with like 18-year-olds and shit. And they started talking about high school drama. I'm just like,
see ya. Dude, once again, this has been an amazing conversation. My perspective has changed on you so much more. As I said, you're a beautiful soul doing amazing things. Keep doing you. I'm excited to follow the journey, to watch the documentary. And I know the listeners are going to get so much value out of this conversation. And this conversation is just the start of what we're building. So, dude, thank you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate your
time,
bro.